and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm doing a design set and before I start on it I am just making a 4D rose to go on the middle finger. So yeah, I'd flatten that bead out, roll it up, and then I'll just put a little dab there just to stand it up in. Like so. So I'm making the petals and then just wrapping them around that middle petal I made. And I'm just sort of bending the tops out a little bit, tops of the petals out a little bit, and it looks more natural. Sorry for going out of shot there. And then I do one more petal, so it looked a little bit lopsided to me. And onto the actual nails, and I'm starting on the ring finger with crystal glass. Just doing a nail of crystal glass because I'm going to put a decal on that one, so it doesn't need colour, although it might have been useful to put some colour so that when you do the decal, if it's a full cover decal, you sort of have to trim it to the size of the nail, and sometimes it shrinks back a little bit and you get sort of a bit around the edge with no colour on it. So it might have been better to actually put a colour on there to begin with that went with the decal, but never mind. Didn't think about that till it was too late, so yeah, I ended up, because the edges looked a bit didn't look very neat, so I went round with a bit of gel paint, and because around the edges, if you use a full colour decal, it tends to sort of crease a little bit around the edges where it bends, where the nail bends. So I couldn't do a straight line on it. The colour was kind of running in the creases. But it didn't turn out too bad, but yeah. I'll just think about that next time. Try and avoid that happening. I did this set for a competition in a Facebook group. It's a lady who makes her own decals. So the competition, you have to use one of her decals on one of the fingers, and so that's why I was using this decal. And yeah, so hopefully I'll get somewhere with that. It's not a big competition or anything, it's just for her Facebook group. anyone that buys decals from us, sort of thing. So we'll see, fingers crossed. I think I've got a good chance, as much as anyone else anyway. Not trying to be big-headed or anything. I just so far looking at the rest of the nails, I think I've got as much chance as anyone. So. Yeah, because of the heat, this it seemed like the coconut milk that I'm using there was drying really, really quick compared to the other colours. I don't know why, but it made this nail a little bit difficult to do because it was kind of drying before I fully got it into place and leaving like dips. So then I had to go back and fill the dips. Just getting a bit of acrylic out my brush there. A little dip there. Okay, so onto the little finger, and I'm going in with Cosmic Ray, which is a beautiful shade of blue, and it's got lots of glitter in it. And I'm just doing a full nail of that on the little finger. Same on the thumb. Quite often do that. Little finger and thumb the same in a design set. So I did a thin layer of that so as not to waste the colour, and then I'm building my structure with the crystal glass. And onto the index finger, and I do a marble on this one. I'm going to go in first with the rosy. This is the colour I mixed myself, and I'm just going around the cuticle area to get it nice and neat before I start going in with the marble. It's hard to do it with the marble. So I just put in a blob of each colour, swirling brush through. Couldn't do a lot of swirling because the acrylic was drying really quick with the heat, but in a way that helped because sometimes, you know, you swirl a bit too much and it just looks a bit of a mess. So it actually helped with this marble. It actually turned out quite well. Prevented me swirling too much. And then I encapsulate that in the crystal glass. Nice mess on my paper towel there. It's a pretty mess. And then onto some with Cosmic Ray. Again, I'll just do a thin layer of that, sort of dragging it up, like painting it on. A nice thin layer. And then encapsulate crystal glass. Okay, so I've filed off camera, and now I am going in with a little bead of clear just to stick that rose onto the nail, and more little beads of clear for some pretty crystals. I went a bit crazy with the crystals, to be fair, but it looked alright when I finished. I did put a lot of crystals on this now. Now I get some more crystals and keep going. I was just trying to fill in the gaps around the cuticle area there. Didn't have any sort of design in mind with the crystals. I was just sticking them wherever and hoping for the best. It didn't turn out too bad. Did I overdo it with the crystals? Maybe. Can't beat a bit of bling, can you? Oh, I finally decided that was enough, did I? Or am I getting more? No. Oh, I was putting them back. Okay, so here's my water decal. I'm popping that onto the ring finger. You see how you get those wrinkles around where the nail curves. So I'm just putting a lint-free wipe over that and pressing it down. Helps to dry it off and flatten it out a bit. And then I'm getting a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, just sort of going around the edges. It helps to seal it onto the nail. It sort of melts the plastic a bit and helps to seal it on the nail so it doesn't move about when you're putting a top coat or whatever on it. Trying to trim that end off there, it wasn't happening, so I had to turn it over, and that helped. So I'm just trying to get the wrinkles out of it a little bit as well. It did work, but then it kind of shrank back around the edges as the alcohol dried. Which was a bit of a shame. So, yeah, I went over that with rubber base coat, just to sort of seal the edges a bit more. And, oh, sorry, adjusting the camera. And now I'm going in with Bubblicious, which is a CJP neon gel paint. Going around the edges trying to get nice straight lines, and because of the wrinkles, it just wasn't happening. You see on this side when I do it how it sort of runs into the wrinkles, sort of bleeds into them, and didn't look too bad. If it had done it all the way around the edges, it would have looked quite effective actually, but it was just sort of in one place. And so I was trying to get it off a bit where it had sort of bled into those. You can see there's like a blob of it there. Just trying to clean it up a bit. Okay, so now going over that top coat. Oh, all of them actually. Top coating all of them now. Shouldn't have said anything about that bit where it bled into the wrinkles, because you probably wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't pointed it out. Never mind. Love that marble now. It's really pretty. And there's the finished result. I hope you like them. Wish me luck in the competition. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like my video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be notified of future videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.